The universe is trying to show us how can we balance our masculine and feminine energies within ourselves, for us to be in a good equilibrium with ourselves, with our emotions, with our mental health, with our behaviors, with attitudes, with the way of thinking. There needs to be a good balance between the masculine and the feminine energies. And what is it really? Yeah. So the feminine is you sense an environment, a situation, your intuition, your gut instinct, the thoughts, the ideas, the creative ideas, the development of projects. This is all feminine. The nurturing side, the compassion, everything that you can sense and feel as an emotion. These are all parts of your feminine side, and we all have it. And our masculine side is about putting those creative ideas, thoughts into action. Expressing yourself. How do you express yourself? That's your behavior, attitude, way of acting, way of being. How do you put your projects into action? How do you express that? How do you organize it? How do you plan? How do you make it happen? Through action. Sometimes the masculine could be suppressed through previous experiences in your childhood or whatever time in your life, and the masculine struggles to listen and feel the feminine. And what happens is the actions of the masculine, so your actions will be either suppressed, held back, avoided, which can be seen as procrastinating, self-sabotaging, difficulty getting, difficulty moving forward, getting stuck. Sometimes the feminine can be hurt by the masculine, and the feminine can suppress feeling emotions, suppressing emotions, bottle it in. And eventually the masculine has to bring it out. It can be in bursts, it can be in explosive behaviors, it can be in anything. Eating, right? That only means they are bouncing off each other. They are reacting off each other. And what I sense through these energies that I received just now is that when I suppress my masculine, when I suppress what my masculine can feel from the feminine, to be able to understand what needs doing, what needs acting, I get stuck. When my feminine is suppressing its emotions, its senses, its intuition, its gut instinct. So the masculine then has to be based on external stimulus, which can come as impatience, anxiety, all sorts of ways, but it's not aligned. It's not aligned to what the soul plan is, what your soul is trying to convey to you, and what the soul is trying to convey simply to just stay in your path of light, your path of unconditional love, your path where all you feel and all you do is from love. And that might not always look good, but it doesn't mean you're not in unconditional love. And this is where stepping into self guilt and self shame, self blame can delay us from seeing how our masculine and feminine are communicating with each other. And I'm talking about within yourself, within the one being that carry those two energies. And the universe is showing me in my, my day-to-day life, where am I stepping over my feminine with my masculine, and where is my masculine stopped sensing, feeling for the feminine to be able to act in alignment. And I'm trying to bridge that gap. I'm trying to break down whatever I've creative, whatever I created in coping mechanism, to be able to break that down, to bridge that gap, because I want to be able to have aligned actions to my senses, to my intuition. And I want my intuition to be aligned to my soul. And even our intuition can be overridden by your own beliefs, by your own way of thinking, by your own coping mechanism. So it's been a journey about balancing all of this through feeling, sensing, remembering past cycles and patterns, and seeing how they're still coming up, um, and where can I step in to make that change. There's so much more that you can find out about how your masculine is compared to, not compared to, but how your masculine is seeing the world and how is your feminine seeing the world. It's not just being suppressed, but it could be about being, you know, overcompensating for one another. It could be about overexpressing, overreacting, and it could be underreacting. It could be in being in silence. It could be not using your voice. It could be being in fear, or it could be being in defense all the time. It could be, it could be anything. But when you think of what you sense and what you do are two different things, and how you can feed off each other in a very balanced way, then you are looking at your masculine, your feminine. So I just came to, it's 1:11 now. The energy that came in before. I hope most of you got to this part of the video, with the talking part as well, but also sense the energy from the beginning. It's very powerful, very loving. It was a very loving energy coming down. And I invite you to have a look at my Patreon page, where I will be posting dates for different sessions, activation sessions, to activate your ability, your remembrance of how to detect your masculine and feminine. What are they doing? How to detect your own triggers, to work through your own triggers, release your triggers so they're not needing to come back, react to every situation. Once you don't have a trigger, no one can trigger you, right? And it's about us, about ourselves. No one comes to the world trying to trigger us. We trigger ourselves. We allow ourselves to get triggered. We have triggers to be triggered. So we need to eliminate those triggers. And I have sessions in the Patreon. There's a date coming up for that in March. We also have other sessions that will help you understand the signs of the universe, synchronicities when you see, 1111, angel numbers. What do you do with them? How they can guide you and help you understand, as a guide to your path, your mission. What's your soul mission? Yeah. If you have all these questions, and feel free to join the free membership, the Patreon. There's dates, releases, and links to these sessions. Um, and I look forward to seeing you, because we're all here to activate each other. We are all here to remember all that we have always done. And intuition is just one of them. And intuition, everyone knows what intuition is, everyone knows what it's about. But do you know how to use it? Do you know your intuition is pure? Or is it being interfered with, limiting beliefs and thought processes? How do you know? And why sometimes you go through, you think you're going through your intuition and then something goes wrong? Why is that happening? Do you want to understand? And through these sessions, you get so activated in remembering how to do these things yourself. So there's no technique that will be taught or instructed. There's nothing I'll be teaching, but I will be unfolding these things so that you yourself can remember what you used to know, what you used to know. Yeah. So have a look at the link, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Sending love and light.